Hi, welcome back for another quick unboxing. This time we're opening the box of Stifling Dark, a game of 2024 that is played from 2 to 5 players, takes around 60 to 120 minutes, ages 14 and up, and weight 3 out of 5. The designers of the game are Jeremy Guinan, Ethan Jensen and Matt Rayford, and the publisher is Sophisticated Cerberus Games. This is a game that really brings back the beloved theme of hidden movement, which we really love. The game falls under the categories of deduction games, horror games with main mechanisms used, hidden movement, line of sight, memory, negotiation, pick up and deliver, point-to-point movement, team-based game, trading, variable player powers, and of course deduction. Now, the game has a very captivating cover, as you can see. The Stifling Dark is one versus many hidden movement horror board game with an innovative line of sight mechanism for 2 to 5 players. You'll see exactly what I mean in a sec once we dive into the components. One player takes the role of the adversary, whose goal is to prevent the other players, the investigators, from escaping through a variety of unique actions. As an investigator, your only goals are to survive and escape, of course. Investigators move around the board in a point-to-point fashion using their base movement speed. They may sprint to move more quickly, but they need to be keeping an eye on their stamina so they don't become exhausted. Additionally, investigators can pick up and use items, lock and unlock doors, or use their flashlights to try to find the adversary. Meanwhile, the adversary is secretly moving around the board, trying to stop the investigators from escaping, and this is going on and on until we have one side winning the game. There are a variety of investigators to choose from, each with their own special abilities. The adversary also has multiple attacks and abilities that change how he or she plays the game. You will fix the car, you can drive out, or you can override the gate and try to sneak out. The investigators will try to seek different amount of ways to escape. If they want to stick together, they have to watch each other's backs or split up to race towards the exit. Either way, they must move quickly. The longer the game takes, the more chances the adversary has to stop them. The game ends either when all of the investigators escape, meaning the investigators won, or the adversary achieves their own win condition, which is different for each adversary. So let's dive into the components of the game. This is the game as it comes in the box, with the extra Nightfall expansion and a mini expansion. This is how the game looks, and immediately you can see how interesting it gets with the flashlights and the line of sight, and how this interacts with the area of the game. So let's see the components. First of all, we have the rules, the core rules. There is the goal of the game, the introduction, and here's a nice component list where you have the main board, which is double-sided, 14 player boards, 17 player standees, small flashlights, an amount of different tokens for items, for general items, for objectives, for different types of maps, doors, flashlight tokens, etc. An adversary screen, different cards, from condition cards to wound cards to event cards, objective cards, and so on. And here's how you do the investigator's setup. It's explained and described, respectively the adversary setup, which has a screen, and behind the screen a small map of the play area and the playing board. Setup changes for different player counts, round structure and concepts, the turn action, what you can do during your turn, move, sprint or rest, explanation of the movement, and the final actions, player board and cards, wounds, dying spirits, and very nice and useful examples of play which really are very useful and show details in practice. There are different scenarios. You can choose a scenario during setup, either the sawmill or the amusement park, and these are some additional rules for each of the scenarios, and some more details overall there. Here's a different set for the adversary rules. You have the butcher or the manchak swamp, which are different adversaries with their own abilities and winning conditions, and some details about the adversaries. Right, now the first thing I want to do is I want to take the board, because the game comes with a lot of nice components. So I'm going to take the board and place it on the surface, on the table. But before doing so, look at the nice detail of the map. First of all, the map is nice thick cardboard, matte, so there's no glare. Dual-sided for two sides. It is numbered from location to location so that you can move from point to point. It has different, this is the amusement park as you can see, different rooms to enter, different amusement locations, the plaza, obstacles, connectivity from point to point, and so on. And from the other side, completely different setup, as you can see. So I'm just placing it here so we can have it on the back of the table and focus on the rest of the components. Now, these are the flashlights, and for the investigators, and I really like them. Here, of course, I think there is some kind of film that you can take out and make this even more clear and nice and shiny. Okay, so this, as you can see, it really helps with the flashlight to indicate around a specific point. The same goes with the rest. I haven't removed the film for those, but to indicate direct clear lines and how these connect to the other areas and what you can see with your flashlight. So this is really nice. Of course, dark is a very important parameter in this game. We are playing the game in the dark, and this is really a very thematic experience, and it comes out strongly with these exceptional components. These are dice for the game, custom dice that you can see, very nice, big and chunky with custom symbols, footprints. Okay, various standees, bases for the standees. I have to mention that there is exact replica of the main board that goes behind the screen of, let's say, the adversary, and it has very easy to track. This is something that a lot of games are missing, but this is a nice, very nice thick cardboard, the same quality with this one. It's just 1/4 of the size, so it's nice and big, and the adversary can easily track his investigation, his movement, sorry, and his pursuit without revealing, you know, behind the screen his true intentions to the investigators. So this is done nicely. Good. Speaking of screen, nice and sturdy cardboard. I really like it, you see. So this goes like that, and you put your mini map, if you're the adversary, behind. It has setup for the different scenarios and some reminders. Okay, and the very nice art that you see, dark and horror art that you see over there. Cool. I should put the adversary behind the screen. Right, so then we have additionally the player boards. There are 14 in total. Okay. Nice cardboard. This is the background of each of the heroes, investigators, the play style, major ability, minor ability, and the story. Okay, a variety of heroes / investigators. And here's the main area, the playing area, where they track their charge, their stamina. There is explanation, there is a play rate here for the round, for the turn, slots for the cards and the equipment, and this is done really, really nicely in a very compact, but I should say nice way. So player boards here, some additional ones here. Yeah, 3 more. Cool. Nice. And then we have respective boards for the butcher This is one of the adversaries, the stocks that we're tracking. Okay. And their nice and horrific story on the background. Cool. The cultists and their story on the back. Morgonod, the ethereal. And last but not least, the insatiable horror and their backstory also. Very, very nice. A very, very good variety, I should say. And a lot of things to try. Now, player aids. We have player aids here, 10 player aids. Okay, there you go. The initial objective, the investigator rules. Then those are 1, 2, 3, 4 that are for the investigators, and this is the initial objective. And we also have a glossary player aid. How you fix the truck, fire the flare, banish the butcher, banish the cult, and the round order and the icon glossary. Very, very handy and good to have them. These are always appreciated, and I'm happy to see them, to be honest. Now there is an insert with words indicating keywords, where you put the events, where you put the items, where you put the condition cards, etc., etc. So very nice. Let's set it aside for the moment. 3 decks of cards. We have this round tracker. Cool. There are 2 punch boards. I'm not going to take everything out now, not to increase the length of this video, but just to show you, this is thick cardboard. These are, for example, the heroes that you put on the standees of the heroes that you put on the bases and you move around. So this should be something like that. Fits nicely, yeah, boom. And fits also the spot, so it's not bigger nor smaller, so easy to track where each hero is. There are respective small tokens that they go on the small board for the adversary to keep updated version of the status without looking on the big screen and giving away his intentions. Various tokens, general curse tokens, invest spirit ability tokens, evidence objective tokens, medical items, points of interest, and so on. Map tokens, door tokens, and other tokens like those. So a huge variety of things. Okay. And now let's focus on the cards. Nice. So, good quality cardstock. This is linen finish cardstock. Yeah. So we have abilities. Yeah. These are nice big size cards. They have quite a few text. So this is definitely language dependent for those who need to have this information. Okay. There you go. These are the ability cards. Then we have general items. It's quite a big deck. Okay. Things from adrenaline shots to blueprints to crosses, dirty rag, flares, energy bars, batteries, glow sticks, journals, kerosene lanterns, all sorts of things that they can be useful for the heroes, giving them abilities and maybe the upper hand when they used correctly at the correct timing, of course. So these are general items. And here we have some escape cards. North Gate, South Gate, Garage, Sawmill, Tunnel of Love, Mirror Maze, the Zipper, Ferris Wheel, Grave, the Eggs and the Altar, the escape that you can plan. revealed cards, hatchling, conditions, attack, etc. So let's see those. Some very specific cards, maybe they used for from specific adversaries, we'll see. So the thing that fascinates me most on this game, to be honest, first of all, I like the hidden movement genre. I think a lot of people among us do so. But the thing that fascinates me the most is definitely the use of the flashlights and how they interact with the... This is a very interesting idea. I'm very much looking forward to see how this, you know, works in practice. Okay, objective item. So these are items linked with the objective in order to escape with a car. Maybe you need a battery, for example, and so on. Okay, so different things that you need maybe to get before you escape, which makes sense. Otherwise it would be too easy. Cool. Event. More events. That's also nice. Cold front, foggy, muddy, rainy. Different sorts of things that they alter the course of the game based on the type of event you encounter. Okay. Cursed items. Sounds like having a dilemma to use something but then suffer the consequences. Very interesting concept. Okay. So let's put them next to the objective items. And then we have some medical items and some more general items that we're going to add with the rest of the general items. Two-way radio, whiskey, whistle, and so on. Okay, so they should go together with the rest of the general items and some medical items like medkit, that of course they are very, very important too. Right, now we also have a small deck of cards. Let's see. These are all solid and finish, as you can see. We have the wound deck. Okay. Broken battery, claustrophobia, collapsed lung, different types of wounds, fear, fumble, panic, punctured lung, spasm, tunnel vision. Okay. Conditions. Is the second portion of the small deck. You could be bleeding, you could be, I don't know, choking with fear, darkness, gear jam, mold, neurotoxin, paranoid, or possessed. So there you have it. These are the components of Stifling Dark. I want to also open and show you the mini expansion and the big expansion. So there is a Stifling Dark Nightfall expansion which has additional components. When fending off darkness is life or death, the tools you bring with you are crucial to your survival. With 4 new large flashlight templates and 12 flashlight augmented cards, the Nightfall expansion gives investigators many new ways to fight back against supernatural. In addition, 5 new items and 2 investigators will aid you to struggle to escape the dark. Cool. So, more investigators. I believe that you can, from storage point of view, you can fit everything in the core box, so this is also nice. These are the rules of the Nightfall expansion. How you use a large flashlight. Okay, they make spaces dim, not bright. Interesting. These are the components. Okay. And we have 2 heroes also. And some more cards. Right, so let's see the components. We start with the player boards. Very much looking forward to try this one. I'm intrigued by the flashlights and how they work. We have Kia Prosser and Winston Pitts, 2 more heroes to join our roster. Cool. So now there is a huge variety. The box has also an insert, the expansion box, and includes also 2 more standees for the 2 additional heroes and some more tokens. Right, okay, cool. And then we have some more cards. We have some more general items, a cursed item, some more variety, general item cards, flashbangs, lens filter, reflector, spotlight. Okay. Right, and then we have the flashlight deck, wide angle lens, black light, focused beam, and so on. Interesting, very, very interesting. Last but not least, we have the large flashlight. So that I just want to take one out and compare it with the previous one from the core game. For this, make sure to remove the film from both sides so they're nice and shiny. Okay. I didn't notice that there is film from both sides also from the previous ones, so they are even more nice and shiny, as you can see. But the important thing to see is the difference. There's a big difference, as you can see, in terms of size, but also color, but also the way they work. Okay, so very, very interesting to also see how these work in practice. And the last thing that we have, so this is what you have in the Nightfall expansion. The last thing that we have is the Nightfall, Stifling Dark mini expansion, which I assume it has some more cards. So let's open the deck. Okay, and let's see what's inside. There are some more cards. We have general items. Okay, cool. Which they do go with the general items to make the deck even larger. Okay, this is a total combined focus, combined size of the general item deck. So there you have it. This is Stifling Dark, very new, interesting, hidden movement game. Very much looking forward to try this one out. We'll record more material as soon as we play more of the game and come back with more about how the game plays and how what experience it leaves after a couple of sessions.